Hey, this is Reverend Wayne S. Pierce. How you doing? This is the 4th of September, 2012. My show, The Views Expressed, was off yesterday, Labor Day. Hey, I need a day off. I didn't have a guest host or anything. Hey, you know, I want to put out a PSA, public service announcement, for those curious as to why this says TVE PSA Message. And it's this. There's a lot of good shows here on Spreaker. I got to tell you, there's a lot of good ones on here. So a very popular host is coming back. There was I shouldn't say was. There is a popular show here on Spreaker, and I have to tell you, good, bad, or indifferent, however you feel about these hosts, whether they're here on Spreaker or on another network, I've got a very simple solution. If you don't like them, I got a very simple solution, and that solution is don't listen. Don't freaking listen. Just walk away, go listen to something else. Or, on the second point of that is this, that if you don't like those shows, create one and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Criticize everybody else because you obviously don't know hardly anything unless you sit down with people and talk with them. You know, if you have co-hosted with people, if you have talked to people like I have off air and all this, and out in my own personal life, I can tell you that some people, I may not like their politics. I may not like the way they see certain things. I may not like it, but you know what? We can still sit down and have dinner. You know what I mean? It's to me, I may not like that person's view of, well, the Views Expressed is my show, so a lot of politics in there, a lot of, perspective I have on certain areas of life. People may not like that. That's okay. Do I not like them because they think differently than I do? No. You want to go to dinner? Hey, let's go have a bite to eat. Huh? I'm that type of person. Now, if you're going to sit there and have a show that's going to criticize people for everything under the sun, even their own personal life, then I believe you need to restructure and rethink how you do that. You don't come on air and discuss personal issues that you have with other people's personal life, their wife, their kids, this, that, and the other thing. What you do is you talk to them personally and say, hey, here's how I feel, and this is what I know, and I of course, I know this, and common sense tells you that whatever you tell somebody, they're going to react with the first thing. They're going to deny it, they're going to lie about it, and they're going to try to push you away so that you can't find out even more about them. It happens. It's something that happens. But to trash somebody on your show, to trash other shows, if you think that's getting you ratings or getting you, and we see it on TV all the time, if you think that it's going to get you popular, it ain't. Sorry, it ain't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. People have, in many, many years that I've been speaking with people and researching and doing what I do for the last 30-some-odd years, I can tell you this. People have tried to get my background and say, well, you're this and you're that and you're that. Well, okay. If you say that I am, insert whatever you want there, then you better have the information to back it up, and I want to see it. 9 times out of 10, when I've told people that, they've never come back to me, they've never talked to me, they've never sat down and pointed out, well, what about this, what about that, what about this? Why? Because they're freaking cowards. Every single last one of them. I have not had anybody come back to me and tell me, well, here's this and here's that. I don't really care. You know why? My past is my past, over and done with. People change. They turn the page. They say, you know what? Years ago, I was a snotty-nosed brat little kid beating people up in the neighborhood. Now I'm an adult. I don't do that anymore because it's stupid, and I've changed my ways. So go ahead, research me, talk to me, sit down with me. I'm as open as a freaking book. You want it? Mama didn't raise no fool, neither did my dad, and neither did my grandma. I don't lie. Okay? A lot of people would say, oh yeah, everybody lies. No. People omit. They don't lie, they omit. Okay? Now, you want to check me out? You go ahead, email me. freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. Go ahead, just say, hey, I've got this, this, and this, and I want to know about this. All right, I'll tell you. I don't have a problem with that. Are you in the Reno, Nevada area? Email me. I'll send you my cell phone number. We'll sit down over Starbucks and we'll talk. I don't mind that at all. I want people to know who I am. And if you listen at all to the views expressed, you know who I am. I tell you a little bit about my background in theater and in, other areas and in, churches and this and that and investigations and research. I'll tell you anything you want to know. But let me tell you something. That if anybody is going to trash me, if anybody's going to trash talk me, if anybody's going to try to have something over me, if anybody's going to sit there and tell me, and accuse me of allegedly doing certain things, you better have an attorney, you better have a court date, and you better be prepared, because I'm going to sue your ass into the ground. Okay? So I'm just, hey, you want to know my game plan? That's it. Okay? I've done it before. I'll do it again. It does not matter to me. And what's the worst case scenario? What? What's the worst case scenario? Seriously. I mean, seriously. Do I defend people that deserve it? Yes, I do. Do I sit there and say, do I not? Let me rephrase this. I do not defend people that don't deserve it. I do defend people that deserve it. That's simple, isn't it? Trying to stumble over my words. Okay? If people need a defense, and I know these people quite well, then I will come to their defense. If I don't know them from Adam, but they're sitting down and they're telling me things and they're giving me information and evidence to prove their side of it, and somebody else trashes them, and I find that the person trashing them is right, these people don't deserve my defense. You know what I'm saying? I always say this to people because I believe that this is true. That if you're going to tell me I'm wrong, or anything else for that matter, you have to prove yourself right. And don't tell me, I don't have to prove anything to anybody. Yes, you do. You have to prove it to yourself. Are your accusations that you are, or I should say, I'll put it the right way, are your self-proclaimed accusations of me correct? No? Then shut your big fat pie hole. But if you say whatever it is you want to say and tell me I'm wrong, you better have the stack of information in front of you to prove yourself right, and to sit down with me and be man enough and have the balls enough and the boldness and the courage to sit down and talk with me about it. Because if you don't, guess what? You're not worth my time defending or even coming to your defense when you need it. Okay? Now, a lot of people on Spreaker tend to trash everybody for everything under the sun. There's drama going on here and there and here and there. I want to give a virtual high five out. I want to give a virtual high five out because I've listened to this particular show once or twice and heard what they had to say. It's not very, to me, from my perspective and my opinion, some of it's not very entertaining. Some of it is. Again, they even say it. I say it about my show. You don't like it, you don't have to listen. It's as simple as that. But I listen because I give people a chance. I want to not only be enlightened and educated, I want to be entertained. You know what I mean? I mean, it's very simple. Everybody wants to be. So, there was a certain thing that happened that I caught wind of because I went to different shows, called into different shows, was, all that, and caught wind of a certain hacker. And I don't even call him a hacker. It was a troll. It was just somebody causing trouble. This particular show, live on air, with the evidence to prove themselves right, took on air and conducted themselves very professionally, and in my book, did the right thing. And I give my virtual high five to Monster Boss Radio for that. Okay? I really do. Now, there's been, like I said, I was getting into the drama. There's a lot of drama going on. And you know what? Again, here's the simple solution. You don't like the show, you don't have to listen. You don't like what somebody says, email them and say, hey, I didn't like that, or whatever. I mean, it's as simple as that. If you don't like something, don't do it. If you do like something, yes, okay. If you want to be entertained by crass cussing, crass people cussing, pissing, and getting, moaning and groaning and bitching about things here and there, let me tell you something. That kind of makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder what your idea of entertainment truly is. Okay? But if you're going to be there and enlighten people and you drop an F-bomb here and there and you say SOB once in a while and you cuss up a storm over here because you're excited and emotional about a certain subject, okay, I get it. It's cool because we all do it. All right? We're all in the same boat. We're not immune from that. Okay? But if all you want to do is come on and cuss and rant and this and that, whatever, like another show on Spreaker I heard parts of, and I got to tell you, the guy, I won't go into it, but I'll just say this. I'm not into that. Okay? That's why I don't listen to the show, because I don't like it, so I don't listen, and I just move on, and I have my own show to deal with, and I have, other things that I got to do, you know what I mean? I don't have time to sit there and listen to somebody, just cuss and rant and rave and talk badly about certain sports people and certain this and certain that and this person's this. I don't have time for that, okay? But because of certain things that I'm doing, I have my show to do. I have other things that I'm taking care of. I got to turn the page and move on. You know what I'm saying? So, to JD over at Mobster Boss Radio, I give you a virtual high five for that one. I don't always do that with people, but you did the right thing. May not like your show completely, but you made a point. That was the thing. So, virtual high five to you. So, a lot of people on Spreaker seem to think they can just turn on a mic and talk and do whatever and say whatever. It's not the case. I do a lot of research. I listen to a lot of news for the views expressed. I do a lot. There's other shows that I have here on Spreaker. I have Eastland Sci-Fi Radio Theater, which is, I'm an actor. I write scripts and do that, and I've done that in the past and looking at doing more. I've got the Unnamed Show, or the Show with No Name, which I do with a friend of mine on Saturdays. I co-host the Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show, which is on Friday nights. We do a lot to search for the information that we want to share. Now, on Fridays and Saturdays, not so much. We may have an article or two that we read about, or we may have a subject we want to discuss. We don't always dig deep for those shows because those are the entertaining shows, the quote unquote. Those are the shows that just, okay, the week is over, okay, let's just blow off some steam, or let's talk about this subject or whatever, and that's fine. That's fine. I have open forum Fridays on the views expressed for the first hour of the show. Sometimes it extends into the end of the show, 2 hours, and that's fine, But I don't sit there and just plug in a mic and, go on air. I do a lot of research. If you want to see most of my research material, it is at Liberty and Freedom Network on Facebook. Go there and like the page. I mean, if that's what you like, go ahead. But if you like to sit around and drink beer and talk about, porn and football and all that, that kind of makes me wonder, literally, it just makes me wonder. I'm drinking iced tea because I got a little throat thing. I got my show up in the Views Express in a half hour. But the fact of the matter is that when the hosts start to get into the personal lives of other hosts, I myself personally am like putting the fingers, in resemblance of a cross, or doing the timeout thing with my hands going, whoa, wait a minute. You're supposed to be doing a show that's entertaining, not trashing somebody else's, another host or their families. That's bull crap, okay? That's just bull crap. Now, if you turn it around, or not even turn it around, if you have something that you want to relay to people, like, oh, over here, this is what's happening, over here, we want to take care of this and all that, and if you want to, even if you want to trash the Spreaker network, you have a free speech of doing so, you can do that. But follow it up and email them and say, hey, maybe it would be great if one of you would come on my show and discuss these issues. Don't just sit there and trash them. Why don't you hear from them? Get their side of the story. You know what I mean? I mean, come on. To me, people tout common sense. Why not use it yourself? You know what I mean? So that's my message is, let's not trash everybody. We're here to have fun. We're here some here to educate and enlighten, some here to entertain. But again, the second part of that is, if you don't like a show, you don't have to listen to it. You can create your own show here at Spreaker and do whatever it is you want to do. But then again, are you wanting people to follow you? Are you doing this for the next step? Are you just getting on like some 15-year-old, 16-year-old and cussing and ranting and raving and talking about school and whatever? Are you doing that because your mama didn't teach you well, and you really need to hit the books and go someplace and stay in school and get an education or something, because you obviously don't have brains enough to even be opening your mouth? Yes, that's trashing the kids. We were kids once. You know how it was. I mean, come on. We were children. We know. Ain't nothing new to me. So anyway. Hey, I'm going to put this out there, so if you want to get a hold of me, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You can email me at libertyandfreedomnetwork@usa.com, libertyandfreedomnetwork@usa.com. That particular email address is for the Liberty and Freedom Network. That's fine. You got a news story you want to share, I'll put it up on the website, and I'll put it up on the Views Expressed. We'll talk about it. Just send it to me. I'd love to see that. There's no problem with that. If you want to email me directly, you can do that at freeamericaradio@usa.com, freeamericaradio@usa.com. Send me anything you want, even if, whatever. Just, it's okay. I want to know how you feel. I want to know I want to know your perspective is basically what I want to know. So email me at freeamericaradio@usa.com, freeamericaradio@usa.com. Come listen to my show. I would love it. Drop in the chat room there on Spreaker. Let me know you're there. Let me know who you are. And if you do have a show, get to know me first, because I'm not just going to promote a show that I don't know anything about. So email me. Let me know what your show is, and then I'll go there and check it out. But email me, freeamericaradio@usa.com. That's my personal address for the show. Also for the network, it's Liberty and Freedom Network at USA.com. So let me know. Talk to you guys later. I hope that I hope you have a really, really good week. Come check me out on the Views Express Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, right there on Liberty and Freedom Network, broadcasting on Spreaker.com. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it, and we will. I'll send out another message if I have to. Okay, so come check me out. Views Express, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. Liberty and Freedom Network, broadcasting on Spreaker.com.